market grinds higher into resistance. Can the bulls keep pushing?
This is Invest with Jacob.
Okay guys, so in yesterday's video we talked about the fact that the market should be making an ABC type move down towards 42.53, and we did see some version of that play out. It is possible we need another low, but the bulls do have a bullish setup to take it directly higher. The question is, will they? I'll get into that in just one second, but first, if you're new here, welcome to the show, guys. My name is Jacob Gabbard, and this is Invest with Jacob, where we use Elliott Wave Theory to break down the SP 500 and the NASDAQ. I highly encourage you to hit that subscribe button down below so that you can get our daily S&P updates, our trade setups, and our buy alerts. Alright guys, before we jump into the analysis, I get messages like this all the time, and I share them with you guys from time to time because I want you to know that PT and I actually care about our traders. We actually teach trading, and we teach an understanding of the market that no one else does. We try to help people become full-time traders on their own so that they actually no longer need our help. That is our whole goal. We did this to help people understand the stock market, and we would love it if you want to be part of that team. If you're interested, stay tuned for later in the video. For now, let's jump into the chart and take a look. Alright guys, so here we are on the 1 hour futures chart for the S&P 500. And so off the top yesterday, they started that move down, then we moved up, and then they spiked it down at the open. Okay, and this technically is deep enough to be all of the ABC down. It's not ideal, it's not really what you'd look for, but it is technically deep enough, and that's what really matters. So they came down, they gave us a deep enough retrace, and then this move up did look like 5 waves. We got a wave 2 down, and then this spike up for a potential wave 1 of 3. Now I say potential because it could already be in 3 of 3. There was a little up spike and down here move that could have given you a very small 1-2 before we break out. But the fact is the bulls are in the pivot here. We talk about this in the training all the time, how to understand these levels and where it fails. And the pivot is the 618764 here at 42.90 to 93.50. And a break above that level would indicate that we are on the way in the more bullish scenario in a direct move. Now, once that does happen, or if that does happen, if they do break over 42.93.50, we would want to see them hit at least 42.99.25. If they can do that, okay, then we have very clear parameters. So if they push up and hit the 1.0 at 42.99.25, then we know as long as we're above 42.90, the market is bullish up to 43.23, which would be a perfect target for this wave 5 to end the full move to the upside, and that would be what we'd be looking for. Now, of course, it isn't going to move in a straight line up to that target. It will take waves, but if those waves don't break below 42.90, once we hit 42.99, then we are bullish all the way to 43.23. So the bulls do have that setup in place. It is a question of if they want to take it. Now, the alternate would be that this is an A down, we got a B wave up here, and then you'd look for C down towards 42.57, which would be much closer to our target of 42.53 and a much more consistent ABC setup. Okay, so we would look for that potential if they start to fail here, and essentially what we're looking for is a break of 42.74 down here, a break of this wave 2 low. That would be our first indication that this is failing, and then the second would obviously be a break of 42.69. This potential wave A or wave 4 low right here. So this wave 4 could potentially be done right here, and we'd break out to the upside, or they could see a C wave down towards that 42.57 area. If that was the plan, that would be a little more of a standard procedure, but this market has been pretty bullish, so I do think that they could break out over this high, and if they do that, again, the more common target would be 43.05, but if they hit 42.99, then as long as we're above 42.90, we are bullish. Now, one thing to keep an eye on is, and this is kind of an interesting situation because you don't see this all the time, this move down, I can count in 5 waves pretty easily, down to here, which could be a micro wave 1. Then you'd have a micro wave 2 up, and then they would start a wave 3 down. Now, if this is a 5 wave move down, which we would expect it to be in any case because of a C wave being 5 waves down, as well as a wave 1 of 3 being 5 waves down. If it's 5 waves, then we have to start to pay attention to the potential that we're going to build a bigger 5-wave structure here and start the down move already. Over on the NASDAQ. Okay, on the NASDAQ, we also had this high. We had the move down that, again, does count well in 5 waves. But then we have a wave 1 up potential, wave 2 down, then you'd have 1 of 3, you'd be building 2 of 3, and then you'd look for the breakout. The breakout on the NASDAQ would be a break over the 14,622 area. From there, if they hit 14,650, then we have clear parameters. We know that 14,604, as long as they're above that level, which is the bottom of the pivot, the market is bullish to as high as 14,770, which was the bottom end of our target for the NASDAQ anyway. So it is a clear setup. It does give us clear parameters if they break out. And that is really what you're looking for. It's the best place to be in your trades, and the understanding of the market is once they break the 764 and hit the 1.0, you have clear parameters that the 618 is now support, and as long as we're above that, we can stay bullish to the 2.0 extension. So that is the bullish side of the NASDAQ. Now the NASDAQ doesn't have as much room to the downside as the ES does. 14,472 would be about as deep as this wave 4 can go, and if they go below 14,472, then it is unlikely that we're going to get a wave 4 here, which is what you would expect, because the 50% retrace of wave 3 is about as deep as wave 4s go before they don't continue to the upside and follow through. They can. It's not impossible. It wouldn't invalidate the count, but it is certainly not ideal. So overall, 14,472 is what we would be watching in the downside support. If that breaks, that could lead to more selling on the NASDAQ, and a break of this 14,250 level would be a very strong signal of selling. But to the upside, if they can break back over 14,622 all the way up to 14,650, then we have clear parameters that 14,604 must hold, and then we're bullish up to 14,770. Guys, if you love the information that I put out in these videos and you want real-time market updates from me, you need to check out investwithjacob.com. There's a link down in the description. Go ahead and click that link. It will take you right over to the website. Once you're there, check out our membership plans area. We have 2 monthly plans where you get all of our trading advice, and I'll go through those in a minute. And we also have our on its own Elliott Wave for Beginners course. Now, to be clear, this course is included in both of these membership plans. But if you don't want to be a monthly member, you can buy the course on its own. This course is 25 videos of me teaching Elliott Wave to people who want to understand it, who have been confused by it, who have never tried it, who want to learn it from scratch. All those different things apply. Even if you think you know Elliott Wave, I guarantee you there's stuff in here that you don't know about your chart setup and about your tools. Excellent video course, 25 videos. You can see them all here that I go through. It is outstanding learning material for people who want to learn Elliott Wave. Now again, that is included in both rooms, and in our first room, my Invest with Jacob room, you get all of my real-time market updates, all of my buy and sell alerts, all of your Elliott Wave questions answered, a midday video where I go over exactly where we are in the counts and what to expect, as well as the trading material you just saw. We trade the SPY and the QQQ, and we swing trades, which means our trades can last anywhere from a few days to a few months, so we don't trade quite as often as a day trading room does. However, if you are interested in day trading as well as individual stocks, you need to check out PT's Throne Room. In there, you get everything you get in the Invest with Jacob course, as well as individual stocks, day trading, and PT's reduced risk binary method that just crushes the market. It's something you kind of have to see to understand, and that's another reason we give you that 7-day free trial. He also started a challenge account where he put $4,000 into an account trading mini ES futures averaging 3 to 4% gains per week, showing you how to build a small account into a large retirement or savings account. Guys, we would love, love, love to have you in these rooms, just like Barney that you saw at the beginning of the video, so we can help you become a better trader and we can all make money together. All right, key takeaways for today. The ES is looking to break out over that 42.93 area. If they can do that and hit 42.99, then we have very clear parameters that as long as we're over 42.90, the market is bullish up to that 43.24 area. However, if they're unable to break out, we would look for them to push down towards 42.57 in a C wave, or possibly deeper if we're starting the sell-off toward the downside. Over on the NASDAQ, again, very clear parameters here. The NASDAQ has a 1-2 setup where we're looking to break out over 14,622 and hit at least 14,650. If they do that, 14,604 becomes support, and as long as they're over that, they can be bullish to 14,770. However, if they can't break out and they do break down to the low side, a break of 14,472 is a warning, and a break of 14,252 is a very strong indication that the move up may be completed. Guys, that is the market update for today. I will talk to you tomorrow.